Welcome back. The Texas Bar Foundation is helping expand a training event designed to help animal shelter workers, rescuers, humane officers, and advocates better understand and apply animal welfare laws.
The bar recently gave the Texas Humane Network a grant to support one of its events called the 2026 Laws for Paws Symposium, and that'll actually take place this October here in Texas, up in Dallas. But joining us today is Ashley Morgan, a board member of the Texas Humane Legislation Network. And Ashley, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
So talk about this Laws for Paws Symposium. What is it? And really, how did the idea for this come about? Because you had your first last year, I believe?
Okay. Yes, we did. So it's a full day event. And like you said earlier in the introduction, it touches a bunch of different categories of people that are all interested in animal welfare. So that's what's unique about this event, is it brings together not just lawyers, but advocates, people that work in shelters, really a lot of different areas of the animal welfare community.
Yeah, why is there a need for some of that legal advice and education for this particular group of people?
It's so important that the people that are interacting with animals in our shelters and that our animal control officers have a good working knowledge of animal welfare laws, because they're really the ones that are, boots on the ground when it comes to the daily enforcement and use of those laws.
So give us maybe an example, or what are some of the most common circumstances that the knowledge of the law might come into play?
So it comes into play especially with animal control officers, because they're really the first responders for any issues that deal with animals. And so for them to have a better understanding of, what are our animal cruelty laws? What does it look like? And what can they do to help make sure and build a case for their local prosecutor to then enforce and prosecute those animal cruelty cases? That's really important, that from the moment that they step into that situation where there might be animal cruelty, that they know how to spot it and what they can do to build a better case.
And perhaps it's a way to educate them shortly after a legislative session to see if any laws passed during that time apply now.
That's a great point, because there has been a change this last session with Poncho's bill to change the animal cruelty laws for domestic animals, not for livestock, but to add criminal negligence as another way to enforce animal cruelty and to prosecute it.
We've covered that law a bit. If you're interested, you can read more on our website. But talk about what that change means with Poncho's law, if you can, or what are some of the other intricacies that make an animal cruelty case so difficult to understand from a legal perspective?
Sure. So it changes the law so that in addition to intentional or knowing animal cruelty, that if someone is criminally negligent, that they can also be prosecuted. And so it makes it easier, especially in the context of folks that get paid to take care of animals. It was hard for prosecutors to actually prosecute someone who, for example, leaves a dog on a grooming table, goes out for a cigarette break, and then that dog hangs themselves or leaves them in a dryer and they end up having burns. And so by adding criminal negligence, it makes it easier, because it's sometimes hard to show subjective intent. And so it really makes it easier for prosecutors to go after that type of animal cruelty.
Yes, taking a step back just for a moment, we want to talk about some of the organizations that are involved with this. So we mentioned the Texas Humane Network, and then also the Texas Humane Legislation Network. Explain the work that these two different organizations do, and also in tandem.
So they're sister organizations. The 501c4 is Texas Humane Legislation Network. It's focused on legislation, so lobbying and advocacy, whereas Texas Humane Network is a 501c3 that is focused on training and education. So it really dovetails together nicely, because if people don't know what the laws are or they don't know how to enforce them, then it doesn't matter how many laws you pass, right? So so they dovetail and pair together.
Nice.
You talked about animal control officers, but we know that folks like shelter workers, or even just animal advocates, people who care deeply about animals, may benefit from this kind of education. So talk about how people more broadly could get involved with this.
Yes, so the training event itself expands far beyond animal cruelty and includes things like the dangerous dog laws in Texas and owners' responsibilities. Also covers things like the difference between emotional support animals and service animals. And so for anyone that loves dogs and works with them closely, and maybe just even a pet owner who wants to know, hey, how do I make sure that I can get into my housing that I need to with my service dog or with my emotional support dog. You know, this is a helpful training event for people across the spectrum.
And Ashley, what's a way for people, if they're hearing about this, if they want to maybe attend the event, what should they do next?
They should go to our website, which is texashumanenetwork.org. And then the sister organization is thln.org. But all of the registration details will be posted on both of those sites.
Fantastic. And we're excited to see how the grant from the bar impacts this, expands it, and keeps it moving. Thank you so much for being here and for providing so much context about these laws in our state.
Thank you. I'm really excited for the event. It was a huge success last year, and I'm excited for everyone to get together.
Again, October